Hello, everybody. This has been a interesting day. That's for damn sure. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this shit going here. Trying to get multiple things going at the same time. So if I'm messing up a little bit, just give me some time here. Trying to get some other crap set up here at the same time. If you guys hear anything weird, it's because I'm trying to get all this crap set up all at the same time. So many damn things to keep track of here. Where is it? Up there. Okay, now I think I got that set. Okay, now I know this weather really does suck, especially here in the Midwest, because we are getting pelted by snow, freezing rain. Uh, we got snow drifts outside of my place, and I salted early and still didn't get ahead of everything. So, if that tells you anything, yeah. Oh, make sure everybody knows I'm supposed to be. I gotta tell people because I want to know. Yeah, I know I'm singing horribly right now, but I'm not trying to sing either. I'm waiting for somebody I know to get his butt in here, if it's possible to. Yeah. We have a serious thing to discuss, and I mean very, very insanely serious thing to talk about, but I have to wait on him to get his butt in gear and get in here. If he can do it from his phone, I'm hoping he can. And this day, just everything seems to be moving slower. I was watching I was watching Nobody 2 and had to restart the damn movie twice because I hit lag. Ugh. So yeah, I'm waiting on a dude to show up. So he's supposed to be coming. We shall see, but it's hard to tell. Um, but yeah, if we're gonna start off something, it's the weather sucks, and there we go. Let's see. I gotta get him.
Hello.
Camera not on.
Mm.
You don't have
Hello.
a stick.
Huh?
You don't have a selfie stick.
No.
Damn.
I'm. Yeah. I'm not as. Yeah. I'm not as technologically gifted as you. Turn this down.
I told you, just like with your computer, I told you to invest in things. A selfie stick and a new laptop would have prevented you from going down.
Yeah.
Now, we can officially, I guess, start this podcast.
Okay.
Um, what we're going to be talking about, starting off, is um, the murder that happened in Minneapolis
Oh. Wait. Another one?
on just this fucking morning.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Oh, it gets worse. Would you like some lurid details?
Yes, please.
Okay, this guy is filming ice, right? Ice gets in
Yeah.
his face. He has 5 to 8 officers all bearing down on him and doing whatever the fuck they want. They then find he's got a concealed weapon on, which they take off of him. And he's got a permit. He's got a carrying concealed permit, right? So he's perfectly able to do
Yeah.
that. They take the gun off of him, and less than 15 seconds later, they fucking blow his brains out. They murder him in front of everybody.
What for just
For
having a gun
recording
on him?
them. For they didn't even know he had the gun. They disarmed him and then killed him.
What the fuck?
Yeah. These guys are pelting him, beating the shit out of him with a gun or several guns. They take his weapon and then fucking kill him.
Shit. You heard what happened with that 5-year little boy, right? They
No,
used him as
because
bait.
I heard that they used a 5-year-old boy as bait to get his parent out or parents out. But to be honest, that was what, yesterday evening that happened or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Yesterday
Well,
evening, or I think it was like the day before.
I would love to say I paid attention to that story, but the only reason I didn't pay attention to it is because yesterday, while everybody else was hunkering down and setting up for the
Yeah,
weekend, I was freezing my ass off. I was at
doing
work
your
setting
job.
up heaters and doing my job, making sure everybody else survived this thing because I actually prepared for this cold ass Arctic weather we're in 2 days ago. Like
Wow.
on Wednesday, I was preparing for this already. That's how prepared I was. I even pre-salted my own sidewalk or my own bit of the sidewalk just so I
Yeah.
wouldn't have to do it as much later on. Like I was prepared, and then yesterday I didn't get off work till like 6. So yeah, everybody. The other guy who was working, he went home at 4. I was out till 6, and normally I get off at 5, like on the dot on 5. I worked till 6 getting everything done. And let me
Why
tell
did
you,
he leave so early?
oh, he doesn't work that long, but when I got home, I couldn't feel 3 fingers on each hand. I
Damn.
could barely feel my feet. I couldn't feel my thighs. I took a shower at like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And when I took the shower, I finally got to feel my thighs for the first time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was cold that long. I'd already had hypothermia like 6, 7 times yesterday. But
Oh shit.
that's the reason I didn't pay attention to this. I woke up to a friend of mine who sent me a TikTok,
Yeah.
and if you go to Blue Sky or my TikTok,
Okay.
it's been this exact story I'm talking about has been posted. If you go to Blue Sky specifically, there's an even
Yeah.
better video than the first one I put up from TikTok.
Oh
The
wow.
reason the reason why I say go to Blue Sky,
Yeah.
There's almost no chance in hell of that video being edited. And instead of it being taken from across the street, this one's
Yeah.
from the sidewalk right next to the guy,
Oh shit.
where ICE gangs up on him, pelts him, takes away his weapon, and then fucking kills him on the sidewalk.
Yes, and no, it wasn't yesterday. It was. I sent you the screenshot of the 7 Democrats. They all voted to pass an $80 billion ICE funding bill.
Voting is supposed to be happening on that today or tomorrow, right?
No, I thought it was yesterday. It happened. Yeah, because 7 Democrats voted with Republicans in the House to pass it.
And after this incident, I guarantee you they're going to say they regretted voting like that. And guess what this young man who had a concealed and carry weapon did as a real job?
What?
He was an ER nurse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The ICE and Border Patrol have now turned into Trump's personal fucking Gestapo.
Oh, I already know.
No, the guy who has been filmed so many times shouting orders at ICE to do this, do that.
Yeah.
Well, he may go. If I was the government, I'd be looking to throw him out and put him in prison for life.
You talking about Greg Vivino?
I don't know who the guy is. All I know is he wears a fucking vest. He's in charge of a huge squad of ICE agents. And there's another video that I shared on Blue Sky, and I'm telling you, go to Blue Sky. You won't hear any of the censored shit. I put up 4 or 5 videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
And you know how many smooth brain dipshits fucking fell on my video and saying, well, he pulled a weapon on them. He didn't pull a weapon. They took his weapon and then fucking killed him. I spent a good 2 hours deleting comments from smooth-brained right-wingers.
Damn.
And I have found that literally 2/3 of all the people who comment to my videos on TikTok have their account set to secret. You know what that tells me?
Why? What?
Them having their TikTok account set to private tells me they're smooth-brained right-wing Republicans who just don't want to be thrown off for viewing their Trumpian values. And I'm like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you guys? You're that smooth-brained?
Obviously.
And according to what I understand, this afternoon, I got another video update thanks to one of my other subscribers across multiple platforms. That there are as many as 3 Democrats who are going to vote in favor of funding DHS. That now will not be voting for DHS budgetary enlargement.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so if they had that vote and they have to do another vote, I guarantee you they lost the votes this morning. And with the ICE agents, see, here's what I don't get. Border Patrol doesn't get to come into the middle of America.
No.
And they would do whatever the fuck they want. Just like here in Kansas. If ICE pulls you over, you ask to speak with a police officer. If they say they are police, ask to see their badge. If they don't show you their badge, you don't have to do shit. Because most of our officers do what?
Carry a badge and show you the badge.
They have to show you. It's already Kansas law. They have to show you the badge. Like if you politely, can I see your badge, sir? Because if you're police, you can show me your badge. If you're not police, you won't be showing me your badge. And apparently, in several parts of the country where people have done this, they've had their window busted out and dragged out of their vehicle, claiming that cop, claiming that ICE officer or ICE agent is a fucking cop, and they're allowed to do that. They are absolutely not allowed to do that at all.
No, Greg Bovino, he's head of ICE. what he's been doing is he's been walking around these cities wearing a really long fucking trench that happens to look like what the S what the SS commanders used to walk around in the midst
Yeah,
of the
he's also throwing tear gas and smoke bombs into crowds of people. Just here, get the fuck away, back away, and then throws it. And yeah, people. There's another video where a guy, where this is young, black, tall looking kid. I say kid because he's got to be 20, somewhere in his 20s, maybe his early
yeah
30s if you're lucky. I'm guessing he's about 23 to 28 years old, somewhere in there.
yeah
He is videoing ICE. ICE decides to run after him. They pin him to the ground and spray him point blank with it looks like bear spray
yeah
directly in his face. Like there is no there's no ability for the aerosol not to kill for not to affect him. He is screaming that he is an American citizen, that he is doing nothing wrong. It takes like 8 guys to subdue him. He's not resisting.
wow
He's simply saying that he is doing nothing wrong. He's keeping his hands in front of him. It's taking 8 officers to restrain him. And they're all, you can hear them saying, stop fighting. If he wants to keep his hands in front of himself and he's done nothing wrong, he is not required to fucking submit to ICE or CPB or CBP. Yeah. But these videos are these incidents are becoming common. The only reason that I got hit by this latest murder
yeah
is because another ICE agent gets close enough to a camera, you can hear him saying something dumb right after they kill him, and they all just scatter like roaches as soon as he's dead. And if reports are true, because I've been monitoring social media all morning and like half of the day,
yeah
they tried to round up everybody who had a camera who was fucking trying to record it or go live with it.
yeah they don't want their dirty little stuff to be aired to the world.
Yeah, the problem is there was in the original video that everybody sees, you can see a
Yeah
lady in a pink coat behind everything who's standing
yeah
on the sidewalk. She captured everything and released her own video. I haven't been able to find it on social media, at least not on TikTok, but I found it on Blue Sky. Blue Sky was the first place I found it. I reshared it. And yeah, dude, it's nothing short of what the fuck. These are if America followed by the rules, Donald Trump would be impeached immediately. Half of Congress, the MAGA portion of Congress would have to be fucking tried for treason and insurrection. That's a reason I didn't go live with this live stream.
Yeah.
Is because of the fact that on TikTok, I'm getting the mouth-breathing, smooth-brained retards who's like, well, he had a weapon. He didn't have his gun pulled out. They took his weapon from them while they were beating the shit out of him. There's literally an officer beating his fucking face in with the butt of a gun. And somehow this guy with multiple officers on him, multiple agents on him, beating him is supposed to grab his gun when it's not there because they already took it, and then they fucking blow his brains out? Yes, I'm sure Fox News is going to paint it, well, he was conceal and carry, he was pulling out his gun. I have seen the videos. He was not able to pull his gun out. They were hoarding around him, making sure they could beat the shit out of him to make an example out of him.
Do you know what this is, right? These killings, first the killing of Renee Good, and now this killing, is basically Trump trying to tell the United States, if you don't agree with me, you die.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's another reason he should be fucking exterminated.
Yeah.
He is literally trying to turn. He's trying to turn into a more grandiose version of fucking Hitler. And yes, I know there's a bunch
Mhm.
of smooth-brained dipshits who are probably going to see this video and be like, "He's not Hitler. He's going to save the world." That's what fucking Hitler said, you idiots.
Yep.
ICE agents and Border Patrol are turning into his personal Gestapo when he's saying, "You're immune from everything. You don't have to worry." You're literally telling them you can fucking kill people and I won't charge you. As long as you're doing my bidding, I don't care what you do. That's not legal. Like with the no-knock warrants, they're
Yeah.
not actually legally allowed to do that because ICE agents don't have warrants signed by federal judges.
No, these are administrative warrants.
Yeah, that don't count for anything. You cannot have your house broken into by anybody just because you have an administrative warrant. That warrant has to be signed by a federal judge or a local judge, not a superior ICE agent. And on several of the search warrants that have been handed in, post dated, mind you,
Yeah.
they're not judges. They're simply high ranking ICE officers. That's it.
Yeah.
And yes, it is absolutely insane that they're doing that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and they're getting their stuff all from Christy Nome. Christy Nome was
yeah,
the one that authorized the no-knock warrants.
she's not allowed to authorize that. No knock warrants have to be approved by a judge.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yeah. Point blank. End of story.
Yep.
Lose your tone. Understand?
Daughter being a bit of a brat.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's not here. She went off to Granny's for the weekend. We got her the hell out of here before hell froze over. Not by much, but before hell froze over.
Yeah. We're supposed to get at least 6 more inches by Monday.
Everybody keeps on saying we're supposed to get more snow, more snow. Well, we were supposed to have snow by the time I woke up on Friday morning.
Yeah,
Did you
but it
hear
didn't
any of
start
that?
till like, yeah, and it didn't start till like 6 or 7 o'clock yesterday evening, which is weird.
Yeah, meaning they didn't have any idea what they were doing when they were trying to predict the weather. But yeah, yesterday I was so busy. I know you guys know about my huge bottle of water.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was at the house all day because I was so busy. I didn't even have a chance to drink anything until lunchtime, and then I didn't get to drink any more water until like 6:30.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I'm chugging water like a mother today.
But yeah, that Undertaker belt and I'm thinking about ordering you. They have it on Amazon. It's like $100, but it's an adult size. And
We
if
can
you
talk
want to,
about we can talk about that one later on private chat, man.
okay,
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you said you've been staying just pretty much offline. Well,
yeah,
you picked a hell of a day. You picked the wrong time to do that, man.
yeah, I know,
Like the worst time to go rogue without internet or anything else. Ugh.
yeah, I know. Um,
Oh. See, I'm trying to read messages at the same time because I've invited people, but yeah, I don't know if anybody's actually watching or not. Probably need to go check YouTube and see what the hell's on that. Lord knows I have enough fucking windows awake to kill somebody right now.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, because I watched this podcast yesterday, and
Damn.
and they were
Tell her to use
they
the
were
inside voice. Damn, that was loud.
yeah, I know.
Damn.
But yeah, they were talking that they had the vote yesterday, and seven Democrats, which were from the Texas delegation, voted to forward the DHS funding bill, which was for $80 billion. But
I know
yeah,
there was
that
something
was
about. I know there was something about billions of dollars, but
yeah, $80 billion to fund ICE and to fund the DHS. And
I don't think they need that much money. I think for the moment, with Trump in command, it needs to
yeah,
be defunded because Trump does not need anything to do with power grabs or any of that other bullshit. He's supposed to be
yeah,
answerable to us, not us to him. But
but yeah,
there's a lot of smooth-brained conservatives who apparently are too stupid to understand that concept.
yeah. Apparently, Akeem Jeffries told all the Democrats don't vote for the funding bill. Well, apparently the seven Texas delegates didn't get the memo and they voted for the funding bill.
They were probably promised things that they shouldn't have been promised.
Yeah, and you have pillow face couch fucker, JD Vance. It was in Minnesota, uh, hollering for a de-escalation, and how the attorney
De-escalation?
general.
De-escalation of what? Of ICE brutality?
He's wanting the Minnesota governor, the Minneapolis mayor, and the attorney general of Minnesota to all stand down and open their arms to ICE helping them get their streets under control.
For ICE helping them keep... ICE is the one who ran it out of control to begin with.
Yeah. Well, this is pillow-faced couchfucker we're talking about.
Yeah, he thinks that the citizens are the ones uprising for no fucking reason. And apparently somebody is trying, according to what I read earlier, somebody is trying to get in the Insurrection Act against Waltz.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but your officers are the ones who escalated it and keep escalating it by killing people who should not be killed. They're thinking that they are immune to anything, so what do they care?
Yeah, because they were told by not only Trump but by Kristi Noem and JD Vance they have absolute immunity.
Yeah, which they actually don't. They have to actually answer to certain laws and follow certain legal things, like them killing this ER nurse this morning. They broke the law in detaining him. They don't want to be recorded. Tough shit. Everybody has a cell phone now.
Yep.
You don't want to be recorded? Don't join ICE.
Yeah. Well, just like we have ICE right now in operating in the west part of Wichita, Apparently, from what I heard, um, ICE went into Genesis Health Club up there up west and removed all the Mexicans that were in that Genesis Health Club.
And Genesis is a private health club.
Yeah. Yeah, they went right into that Genesis and removed all the quote unquote illegal immigrants working in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that's going to work out. I mean, that's the Stevens family, but they're rich as hell anyway.
Yeah, and then they went to another place. They went to another place up west and removed all the Mexicans from the kitchen
They went where?
by saying that they went into some restaurant up west, up in West Wichita, and removed all the Mexicans from the kitchen by declaring
Yeah,
that they were illegal immigrants.
yeah, I heard from somebody that they were in a restaurant, over by a restaurant, but I didn't hear anything else because we're just trying to keep track of people.
Yeah, they went into that restaurant and removed all the kitchen help.
Well, I do know that there's certain people, like I went to go take care of something that I had to go take care of for work,
Yeah,
and I had a face mask on because it was cold, and I was knocking on the door. I'd take the mask off
yeah,
because the guys pulled up, and they were like really, really bashful until the mask came off. Then they're like, "Oh, okay, it's you."
damn.
They were that afraid of me wearing a mask, just like, "Oh, I'm just here to fix your damn heater and move on with shit." So I'm not going to I'm not going to give any locations or anything out. So yeah, needless to say, it was in the city.
Yeah, and well, you have Kristen Noem stating that she's going to remove the temporary protected status of all Afghanis here in the United States.
Yeah, it's a move designed to strike terror. Where we are under a regime, and just like I've tried to make it through that guy's speech at Dovnak or whatever the hell it was,
Yeah. Oh, at Davos.
wherever it was,
Yeah.
yeah, Davos, and I think I've made it like maybe 30 minutes in the speech, and he's literally saying, all your countries are going to hell. You need to join the United States. We're staying strong. We're doing all this stuff. It's like, dude, you're the poison. And only, as you pointed out in our private messages, only autocrats and dictatorships are joining up to this board of peace.
Yep.
And it concerns me because they're not standing for peace. It's
No.
Trump's literally trying to recreate the UN in his own fashion, in his own
Yeah.
style. It's not about
He's trying to he's trying to create the one world government, but but apparently this board of peace is not going to have any type of international power because the UN has already apparently put checks and balances up to where the board of peace will be a lapdog.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because Trump wants this board of peace to rival and be equal to the UN. Well, the UN says, fuck you. We're going to do this to where you have no international power. And Jared Kushner wants to build high rises and skyscrapers where Gaza is sitting now.
What they're going to have to do is remove all the rubble first.
Yeah.
And I'm just not seeing how he's going to create a brand new flourishing ecosystem with that country being that area, not that country, but that area being in a shambles.
Yeah, what he wants to do is, we're talking about Jared Kushner here. What he's wanting to do is is get all the Palestinians out of Gaza, and level what's left of Gaza, rebuild it, put all these high-rise skyscrapers and apartment homes, and he wants to build a Gaza Trump Tower and golf course there.
He wants to build his own. They want to build a Trump resort there, and Trump is a direct beneficiary of that.
Yep.
Like no
And
shit. They're trying to build. They're trying to make Trump richer, and that's why when Trump is saying, "I'm not getting, dude, you're getting paid by the government for everything. You're a grifter. You want to
do you
sell,
know how
sell,
much
sell,
money?
sell, and control everything."
Do you know how much money Trump has made off since he's been in office? A year. How much money he's made off of the licensing and his name and all these shady business deals and his cryptocurrency. He's made one
I
point four
was.
billion dollars.
Oh, he's made more than that. I actually saw 3 reports that said he's making billions of dollars off of all of his grifts.
Yeah,
All these people are paying in, and that's what. And also, you will only, as of now, because of the
yeah.
new rules that went into effect on TikTok. I'm assuming you read those, but probably not.
Uh, no, I haven't been on TikTok in a while. I was on TikTok last night just looking at videos, but other than that, I haven't posted
They,
on TikTok.
a thing should have popped up when you try to get into TikTok, telling you that new terms of service are there, right?
Yeah, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. Did you read any of that?
You, you mean the far right slant on it? Yeah.
No, I mean, did you read the new terms of service?
No, not yet.
Oh, dude, they can take they tell you your content belongs to you, nobody else, right?
Yeah.
They can use your content however they want to on TikTok. They can even AI your shit and use it however they
Wow.
want to as well. I went through and actually looked at it. And so I have decided to watch and repost on TikTok, but I am
Yeah.
now going to be going only on Blue Sky, YouTube, or Instagram, any of that shit. I'll use those.
Yeah.
But I'm not posting to TikTok because of the rule change. And my TikTok feed is all screwed up because of the new terms and conditions.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like I used to have a fairly stable TikTok feed,
Yeah.
and now it's scattering everywhere. And you've got all these Republican trolls that are saying, "Well, us was justified." And how are they justified? And every time they get asked that, well, it says it in the law. No, it doesn't. You're listening to you're listening to News Nation, Fox News, OAN, and Truth Social for your information, and that information is what the rest of reality likes to call misinformation. Even though all
Yeah.
the right wing websites are saying that we're spreading misinformation just by telling the truth. They tried to spin it, Mrs. Good's death. They tried to spin that as they were professional agitators. No, they weren't. You got a bunch of
Yeah.
disgruntled January 6th insurrectionists who have now joined up with ICE and the Border Patrol, who are being told you can do whatever the hell you want. We're not going to hold you liable for it. Murder, rape, pillage, kill. We don't give a shit.
Oh,
Trump says it's okay. We're okay with it.
then I watched this hearing on January 6th, right? You know, Dude, you got the Capitol Police that was involved with the J6 protesters. You've got them pissed off the Republicans now because one of the Republicans started blaming the Capitol Police for not doing their jobs that day.
Yeah, just like Trump said, he would be more than happy to send the National Guard in to do all these wonderful things that Pelosi never asked him. We both watched that live on TV. What did Nancy Pelosi do on live
She was
TV?
he was calling for the freaking National Guard. And he refused to send it.
She was begging him on live television, every fucking station, to
Yep.
send the National Guard. Please, for the love of God, yes, please send them. And Trump's like, nah, I want to see them suffer. That's why when I
Yeah,
see people like, well, the January 6th people weren't violent insurrectionists. They broke into the Capitol building. They overpowered the police there. How is that not insurrection? How is that not breaking the law? And yes, they
and
heavily edit all the January 6th footage to meet their narrative. Just like there have been, I've seen videos now from the right where people try to explain that this guy was grabbing for his gun. The problem is in those videos that they've slowed it down and they show the holster for the gun that this guy had this morning. The gun was not there when he reached for it. They stripped him of the gun.
mm-hmm.
And his right to protect himself was taken away from him, and then they blew his damn brains out. They murdered him in cold blood just because they don't want to be stood up to at all. And literally, dude was just standing there, video recording everything, and they attacked him. The video that I reposted from the girl in the pink coat,
Yeah.
it shows that he didn't do all he was doing was recording them. They attacked him. They attacked him violently. They broke I don't know how many goddamn laws they're not allowed to break. What they did was an illegal homicide, and yes, I think all the officers who were in that video, or all of the agents who were in that video, who were trying to subdue him and do what they did, they should all be tried with capital murder. Doesn't matter what Trump says. Trump is going to say, "Well, they're all brave men." No, they're pussies. When they have to take away his gun and then kill him, what are they afraid of?
Yeah.
What are the ICE agents afraid of that they have to kill somebody after they disarm him?
I mean, hell, anyway, dude, they're not real ICE agents. They're freaking Proud Boys, one percenters, and oath keepers.
Yeah, and because they're being just allowed to fly through, I mean, from what I've understood, a lot of these guys could maybe fucking fly off because they want to see combat. They gotta end the left. It's like, motherfucker, you're the enemy, not us. You're the one breaking the laws. You're the one doing these illegal acts and killing people. But you're dressing it as we're the ones breaking the law. I don't know how many videos I've seen now where they're peaceably protesting. They're not doing anything wrong. And I was like, you're breaking the law by being. No, they are not. You're trying to be a fascist regime. And you're being used as such because y'all don't think very well.
And if you look at Brandon Carr, who's the chairman of the FCC, he is now targeting ABC, NBC, and CBS and their daytime talk shows and their late night shows, because he's trying to strip away protection for the daytime talk shows and the late night talk shows by saying they're not newsworthy. And he's trying to twist the arms of ABC, NBC, and CBS.
Oh, no. It goes deeper than that.
What?
As of yesterday, Carr said that they need to cover the other side equally, not just what the talk show hosts are talking about. We need to hear the other side. Aren't there like a dozen fucking false news corporations that cover the Republican side?
Yeah.
I mean, when you said Fox News was becoming left leaning, no, they're not. They're fucking kowtowing to the right so hard it's not even funny. Like News Nation, I'm seeing the stuff that News Nation is doing, and Trump is supposed to be getting interviewed by one of their hosts, and well, we're gonna get the tough questions answered. I've looked in on the last interview they did with him. They didn't throw any hardball questions at him. It was literally them excusing him for what he's done and then letting him explain it in his own words, even though his words don't mean much.
Yeah, and Brandon Carr is also targeting CNN because he said CNN is just the propaganda machine for the left.
No, actually, all these the mainstream media, as they keep calling it, or the actual news, not the right wing banded slant news.
Yeah,
they're trying to report, and the U.S. government, as we know it, is now like, no, you need to report the other side. There is no fucking other side. You can't say you're the party of peace, law, and order, and then all you're doing is shooting and killing people and telling people you can't do this, you can't do that. What about our rights? You don't have rights until we tell you have rights. That's not America. That's dictatorship. That's fascism.
yeah, and Barry Weiss, we all know who Barry Weiss is. She's another MAGA lapdog that's always on her knees to put Trump's dick in her mouth. Yeah, she tried to have 60 Minutes pulled off the air because 60 Minutes was going to do a story on TikTok.
She had a single story, a single episode pulled because she didn't want them reporting on that CPAC or CPOC, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, CPOC, the prison in El Salvador.
And apparently they've now aired that episode. I'm guessing it was heavily redacted or they've edited the footage heavily. But that's the problem with all this. This is beginning to look like the Iranian government, where the Ayatollah or whatever the hell the guy is, who the supreme ruler of Iran, he has installed his own people. And so he controls media, network, law, everything with stooges of his. That way there are no checks and balances. It's whatever he says goes, and it's legal. Hello, Jen.
Yeah. Apparently, we all know that fucking Netflix bought Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers for that exorbitant amount of money. Do you know who that? Do you know
the tentative deal? Yeah.
Yeah, the tentative deal. Do you know who actually also jumped in on that deal to make more money?
Who tried to jump in on that deal?
Donald Trump bought shares of Netflix and shares of Warner Brothers Discovery to make money.
My computer's trying to tell me to update, but I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
But yeah, Donald Trump went in and bought controlling shares of Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery.
Well, he's a billionaire, so he's going to try to do whatever he can. And he's only getting richer by being president because he's accepting backdoor policies or backdoor money. He's trying to grift as much money as he can and put everything under his control that he can. Just like when he says we won't need an election.
I mean, what he told You know, he told that all those Christians, just vote for me and you'll never have to vote again.
Yeah, because they don't want to vote for anybody but who their pastor tells them to vote for. Well, he's a Christian. Motherfucker doesn't even know the Bible. He's been asked by conservative. He's been asked by like TBN what his favorite Bible verse is. Oh, I'm sorry, that's private. No, he doesn't have one. That's the issue.
You know, just like the day he was freaking inaugurated, he stood there with his hands not even on the Bible.
I know, for a Christian man, you would have thought that Bible would have been like melting into his hand. As much as he says he's into Christian values and he's a Christian upstanding citizen.
Yeah, I had Melania looking stupid as fuck standing there, just holding the Bibles and him with his hand down beside his leg.
Yeah, well, with Melania having a movie coming out, that I'm sure Trump is going to see money from on the back end of it, because this is a grifting presidency. Yeah. This is just like the first one, only this time he thinks he controls everything. And for anybody watching this video, I would say get your ass out and vote. If you don't like what's happening, you have to change government. We need to shift government to represent us, not government to represent the small fraction of the government, or the small fraction of the populace who wants to see us all living under this regime. And make no mistake, this is a regime.
Yep.
I have to disable my camera for a minute.
Okay.
Well, there's a reason behind it. Let's see, I'm trying to figure this stupid thing out again. I don't remember how to work the system anymore, damn it. I'm trying to blank my screen out for a minute. I just don't remember how to
turn your camera off. There should be a thing down at the bottom in your StreamYard that's a little camera icon. You can click that and turn your camera off.
Now I feel stupid. You just taught me something I should have remembered. And yes, for anybody who's watching this, it's because y'all don't need to see me leaving my chair and stretching out, because that's just not something I want y'all seeing. But yeah, I have to get one tiny thing done here. So, but yeah, with our governor, when she gave her State of the State speech, the Republicans didn't stand. They want her out, and the Kansas Republican, I forget what his name. I forget what his actual title is. I think it's like Speaker of the House or some other weird thing. But
yeah, Speaker of the
House. It's not the younger guy. It's the old ass guy who's in Congress.
Yeah,
he's the one who keeps stopping us from legalizing marijuana.
Why?
Because he's afraid it will. He's one of those guys who was still alive from the Bible burner days, or the pulpit, fire and brimstone shit.
Yeah.
He's that kind of idiot. But that's the problem, is you have a bunch of Republicans. We're not going to stand for this. We're going to stand behind Donald Trump. What happens when that house burns down? What happens when the house of Trump burns? They're left looking stupid.
Well, we have J.D. Vance.
Yeah, like that's gonna matter?
Yeah.
Like, is it really going to matter?
No, it's not.
It doesn't matter if they have J.D. Vance. What they need to be worried about is the things they need to worry about.
Well, I
but
mean, you have
they're
you
they're
have
not concerned with any of that.
no, you have Mike Johnson basically said in a recent interview, I think it was with OAN or Fox or some shit like that, where Mike Johnson says, "Yeah, I abolished Congress." No, no, the fuck he didn't. He can't abolish Congress. Yeah, you can't abolish Congress.
Congress can't be abolished anyway. It's literally in the Constitution that it cannot be abolished. You can throw everybody else out of Congress and rebuild it, but you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Well, I mean, who is it? Russell Vogt, he's the main architect for Project 2025, who is now the director of the Office of Management and Budget. He has stated recently that Americans need to get used to living in a post-constitutional world.
No, that's the reason we have the Constitution, is so we don't have to live in post-apocalyptic fuck stick stuff anyway.
We need to get rid of the fucking uniparty.
We need to get rid of the what?
Both parties. Rebuild both parties from the ground up.
Well, we might need to do that. It's the issue of keeping the good people in for the time being, but getting rid of the spineless, overpowered idiots who are in charge now. Like me,
Mike
I'm
Johnson.
not. Well, you got to realize he's actually young, but he's a B-wave Bond villain.
Yeah.
But the issue is you have all these people, especially in the Republican Party, who are old and they want to see their glory days come back, which they don't
Yeah.
need to do.
You know who I look at when I see Mike Johnson?
Who's that?
Number two out of Austin Powers.
And I'm not surprised if some people don't get that joke. Like a lot of women don't like the Austin Powers movies. I don't get why, but they also don't. It's the same reason that most women don't like Monty Python. Is well, it's stupid, but yet they watch shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Charmed. Charmed makes no sense to me, but I'm not going to stop them from watching it. But absorb more than just. I think I saw one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I'm like, really? This is what women are into? Okay, hold on. We got a new. Hold on.
Okay.
We got somebody new coming in.
Okay.
Hello. There should
You
be a
must not
button.
see me. You must not see me on camera. No, I'm allergic to the camera.
Oh shit!
You know
There's
what
a-
show
there
I
should
miss
be a
watching, brother?
What?
I miss watching Benny Hill.
Oh my god, dude! Could you make yourself any older?
Hey,
You know how old that show is?
Yeah, I was 7 years old when I first watched it.
And how old are you now?
53.
Exactly. That's like people citing Captain Kangaroo. You don't do it. You don't say you remember Captain Kangaroo because nobody cares anymore.
Hey, but that was a good show when I was a kid.
Now, I don't know if Nova is experienced with this or not, but you might explain how she can turn her camera off because she's camera shy, and I get it. It's all good.
There's a little icon there at the bottom on StreamYard that's in the shape of a camera. Just click it, and your camera will go off.
Is that better?
I found it.
Okay. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Now, I'm assuming you've kept up somewhat with what's going on today.
Me?
Yes, you.
I mean, I am somewhat caught up, but I was at work for the majority of today, either asleep or at work, because crooked up
Okay. Well, would you like me to catch you up on like the biggest story hitting social media right now?
Oh, Renee, good.
No, there's a new one now.
What?
Yes. Robert about shit himself when I told
Oh
him.
God. Oh God.
Yep.
Oh, it gets worse. Here, I'll break it down for you. There's this guy who was filming ice, and they ganged up. He wasn't interfering with her. He was just literally videoing them, and they started to gang up on him, and they attacked him. They found a weapon on him. They took his weapon, and then when he tried to go grab it, as 5 or 6 of them are beating him down, and I'm talking, they're slapping his face with their gun butts. They ended up murdering him right there on the spot.
Sorry, my boyfriend heard what you were saying, and he was asking if you were talking about the ICE agents.
Yeah, they killed the guy who got killed today was an ER nurse.
What the hell?
Yeah, they killed him in cold blood, and they ganged up, beat the shit out of him, took his gun, and his gun was licensed for conceal and carry. This guy had the permit to do conceal and carry. They took away his gun and then killed him on the street.
What the hell?
Yeah, you're telling me. I've been pissed off about it all day. Like I've posted on Blue Sky because TikTok is too full of fucking right-wing trolls right now. But
that's weird because TikTok, that is weird that you say that and that people are saying that because TikTok is where I've been finding out all of my anti-Trump, anti-ICE, anti-all of that news. Whenever I heard about Renee Good on TikTok. I have not. For me,
now as
the platform that has been censored is Instagram and Facebook. The only place that I have found out about anything ICE, anything Trump, anything MAGA has been TikTok. So when people are telling me that MAGA reset or like Trump's whatever reset the algorithm, I'm just like, I don't know what y'all are talking about because I'm still seeing anti-Trump, anti-ICE, ICE protests all over.
Can I make a suggestion to you as another form of information?
Yes.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky?
Blue Sky. It's a social media site, and ever since I joined because I heard Mark Cuban recommend it. I have not heard anything right wing, but I've heard a buttload from other independent and left wing people, and they're showing videos. Like they're showing the moment that dude got shot from various angles.
This sounds weird, and to be honest, I like to hear all sides. I like to hear Trump's side, I like to hear independent side, and I like to hear Democrat side. Because you and I, we are both staunchly independent, which means we both shit on both parties.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I position myself purposely so that way I can learn from both sides.
I get that. I totally understand that.
And then when people online, when I say, I just want people fed and wars to be stopped, that's it. And then when people call me a leftist online, I'm just like, both of y'all need to sit the fuck down and shush it. Both of y'all need accountability. Both of y'all need to chill. Both of y'all need to shut up. I'm not politically affiliated, so I can say that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Both Democrats and Republicans need to sit down, shush it, and look at life from a different lens. That's what I say. But
well, you have to eliminate Trump to get a balanced, a more balanced
that's
opinion.
what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say Trump is the person that needs to do it the most. Trump and his maggots.
But he's not going to.
Oh, I know. I know.
He wants to be.
The
He wants to be
people
an
who need to shut
autocrat.
up
So
won't. The people who need to shut the fuck up and listen won't.
because they think they're in the right, just like when the ICE agents are saying that they don't have to worry about it anymore, and they start killing citizens. And
because Trump says they have absolute immunity.
From what I've heard, the killing of American citizens was already in the plan.
Well, that's how Trump is planning on taking over and creating his own state.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Well, actually, not that. I've heard that he's trying to empty out America and make it white only, so that way Putin can expand into America and have his white only country, Russia, come over to the Americas and use all their shit.
Now,
that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but I've also been on a lot of government conspiracy. I follow this girl that homesteads that she literally makes all her own food. She doesn't buy anything from the store. She makes all her own bread, mills her own flour even. Like she doesn't use detergent. She doesn't use shit. She doesn't use shit from the store. She's a huge conspiracy theorist. Amish in the way that she doesn't have the same religious beliefs. She does not have any religious beliefs, except for the fact that she says the government is poisoning us on purpose and has been for decades. That's the whole point of her thing is she teaches other people how to live off grid. And so you know how the weather's been like really weird lately? She's been talking about she went back to, in the 1970s when they were talking about making a weather anomaly or something to control the weather. And she's like, if they were talking about this in the 70s, think about what they did over 30 years later. Think about what they're doing over 30 years later. She's a huge, I don't agree. I don't agree with all of her stances. I will say that right now. I do not agree with all of her stances, but I do agree with the stance that every food in the United States is poisonous and it is slowly killing us, and that we do need to somewhat be off grid. I agree with that, but some of her stuff, I'm just like, bruh, do you hear what you're saying? But I only follow her because she points out ways that we can wash our clothes without using detergent from the store. She points out ways that we can make homemade bread last for months on end without any preservatives, only using 2 or 3 basic. That's the reason I follow her.
To become more self-sufficient.
Yes. Because she is one of the most self-sufficient people I follow on social media, and that is the reason I follow her.
Well, and apparently going down that road, I also found out that somebody I used to know from a debate group that I belong to. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this guy is supposed to be living in a self-sustaining commune, if you will. He says he has to bike 2 hours. We're talking bicycle. He has to bicycle 2 hours to get into town, and apparently it's up there in Minnesota because when he went into town, the first thing he heard about was Mrs. Good being murdered.
Wow.
And he was shook by us. Okay, this is for a guy who hates anything that's not in his communal garden, if you will, but as far as the politics go, I mean, I think we're going to see a shift, or we should, if people who don't think would actually think. we might actually see a blue tsunami. And I'm not saying the Democrats are perfect by any fucking means. I mean, I didn't consider Joe Biden's presidency award winning by any
Oh,
fucking
fuck
stretch of
no.
the imagination.
That's the reason
But
I haven't voted since the time that's the reason I haven't voted since I became of age, is because ever since I started educating myself on the government and what's actually important to me, I take a look at every candidate that has been on the ballot since I turned 18. I'm just like, and I'm just like, and people voted for these people?
here in Kansas,
People
yes, they did.
literally put names in a box and put these people in office. Like, I am staunchly, my foster mother tried so hard to get me to be MAGA. She was 1000% diehard Trump supporter. She was telling me, you need to vote for Trump. He is the only person that's going to make America better. And she was saying, oh, the Democrats have a hidden agenda and stuff like that. And literally, right at the polls, she was trying to watch me vote for Trump. But since I didn't know anything about any candidate, I voted independently all the way down the line. I didn't know who was who. I just said, I don't like blue or red. I don't like either. So I voted. I remember I just clicked every single eye. I checked every single eye I saw.
That makes sense.
It was
For a
my
first-time
first
vote
time
where you're not-
voting.
Yeah,
It was my first time
when
voting,
you're
and I was being educated by somebody who was very staunchly pro-Trump.
yeah, and you want, if it's your first time voting and you're undereducated and you're trying to be mind washed by somebody into joining the MAGA Republican Party, yeah, I would go vote anything but that. I
Yeah,
get that.
I knew that what she was saying wasn't true. I just didn't know what the actual truth was. So I didn't know who had the agenda or who didn't. So I said, I don't like either of you, and I'm just going to check every single eye that I see.
Yeah, for me
So if
now,
there's
because I've
any,
been doing it so long, I look for the candidate who's best for America as a whole, not for any particular party. It's their message needs to be to America, not to one party or the other. And if they can't do that, they don't
oh
get my
yeah,
vote.
but in
And Trump's
my,
message was like rancid meat to me.
just so you know, my boyfriend can hear you, and he thinks, he's like nodding in agreement, and he's cracking up. He's like, this is so true.
Hey, that's what I am. I'm an independent, and I bashed Joe Biden a few times. Did I not, Robert?
Yes, you did.
This is the
And
good thing about being independent, honey, is that you can bash either party, and you can be like, well, I'm not affiliated, so both of y'all can just shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. That's
I
why
get
I like
told all the
being
time I'm a liberal.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like,
same. On Facebook, on Threads, I literally tell people I just want children fed. I don't want their school shut up, and I want the war to stop. That's it. That's not any political affiliation. That is wishing for peace and the fact that our kids are safe. That's all I want. I don't care how it happened. Stop the war, feed the children, and put them in a school that's safe, free of guns. That's it. That's not a liberal agenda. That's not a Republican agenda. That is,
yeah,
I don't care about anybody else but keeping those kids safe. And I don't care what party you're at. If you support the touching of children, you're a pedophile. And I see so many people that are defending Trump, and they're like, oh, he's not a pedophile. You do realize how many times he's been accused of having sex with people that are under the age of 15?
Hey, Carl, you heard about that? When Trump was walking through that Ford plant, somebody yelled out "pedophile protector," and he yelled. He looked out and person said fuck you" twice and flipped him off. Guess who sent this dude $5,000 when he lost his job?
no idea.
Jim Cornette. The former wrestling manager, Jim Cornette, sent this dude $5,000.
Yeah, well, we're dealing with a president who wants to be a fascist. He wants to dictate what, who, and where, and why. And yeah, with ICE
Okay,
coming
okay. I
under
gotta ask
scrutiny,
you
yeah.
both, or at least Carl, I gotta ask you an honest opinion. And I want dead ass honest, like for
Okay.
real. Because of Trump's current health condition, how long do you think he's actually going to last?
9 months.
That depends on if they keep reviving him.
The what?
I would say that if they don't revive him, I'd say he's got 9 months to a year left, and a year is stretching it.
I was gonna say I think he's gonna be 6 months at most. Because I've been watching I used to be a CNA. I used to take care of old people. Old people just like him. With the same problems. He has the same problems as over half of my residents were when I was working in long-term assisted living.
Yeah,
Bladder
they're pretty common
problems.
conditions for people of that age.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I tell people all the time, I'm just like, I worked with his exact character in a nursing home. So like, and the people that I took care of that had these conditions that he had, one of them died the night that I took care of them. Like I think I went in to like change a bedpan or something, and the next morning I like clock out, go home next morning, and overnight nurse tells me, patient in room 204 has passed, and I was just like, I just saw him.
Yeah, that does happen. I mean, I worked in a nursing home as a cook, and I didn't work there that long. I only worked there like 3 weeks, but oh my god, like
My
I got
dad messaged me. Sorry, I haven't.
what?
There's this guy that
You there?
Hello.
I know. I'm just checking to see what happened to her. Did she mute her mic on accident?
no, it
Don't
should be
know.
on.
Because you
Should
just
be
went
on.
silent.
Maybe it's because I exited the app.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I got an email from somebody important. I just wanted to read it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say anything against that. So yeah, but yeah, I felt I was trying to get more people up on this panel, but apparently when I felt like going live, all of a sudden everybody was eating or getting off work, and for me, I yesterday was torture. Like I spent way too much of yesterday cold. And then to top that off, I had a huge car issue. No, I'm not going to say what the car issue was. I will tell you guys privately, but I'm not going to tell you in this live stream because that invites attention that I don't need to my vehicle. Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to mention certain. That's why earlier when I said there was an incident with some people yesterday because I was wearing a mask and then I took it off and they were okay. It's like, yeah, because apparently people, somebody thought I was being a turncoat, I guess, or something. I have to report them. It's like, I don't care. They're working. My job is to do my work and get the hell out of their hair, you know? But
I totally
yeah,
understand.
I have to deal with all sorts of picky people, and I get told by some people at different times when I'm on the job that this, that, or the other is happening. It's like, okay, you have to report that, just not to me. I'm not the one in charge as far as certain things go. Sounds like
That's
somebody
what I
took a
had to
heavy hit.
tell. That's what I have to tell my customers. Yeah, I just now took my first hit of the day after customers, but I work at a phone store, and you would be surprised on how helpless people still are, even
Oh yeah.
after getting a brain literally handed to them.
Yep.
People
It
come
honestly
in,
doesn't surprise me.
people come in with a brain in their hand, and they still are like, "How do I use it?" Well, apparently you don't know how to use your actual brain.
Yeah, well, I've worked at Home Depot. I worked there for a while, and wow, the amount of shit the amount of power tools that you can sell to somebody that they don't need is astronomical.
You want to talk about that? I sold somebody an iPhone 17, and they came back the next day, and they said, "How do I work this? I bought a phone I don't know how to use." And in my head, it was just like,
Wow.
money for brains, money for brains.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much what I was told when I was working at Home Depot is sell. And whatever if you need to sell them a tool they don't need just to make a sale, go ahead and do it. And so I learned. I've been self-employed. I used to junk appliances for a living. And yes, I used to sell people stuff they didn't need, but they were willing to pay for it. So screw it. But working
I
at Home
mean,
Depot, it's sell, 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 and I used to clear like 15 or 20 grand in sales a day.
well, see, my job is trying to push for sales only, and like having like the physical store that I work at just be upgrades and sales only. But there are too many, especially elderly customers that come in and just want you to delete their virus for them. Or I had a man yesterday in his 50s come in, and he said, "Can you download these apps for me?" He was like I don't know my Google password, and I know how to reset it. I don't have the patience for that. So can you do it for me? And I have people who are like, "Can you file insurance claims for me? Can you apply for this phone payment plan for me?" And I'm just like, people want things done for them. They don't
Instead
want
of doing it
help with
themselves.
it. They no,
Sounds
they
like
don't
they're just
want.
lazy.
Yes, they are extremely lazy. And as somebody who works in a phone store, it is extremely obvious because I've had people. So we have this kit that it's an
Oh, buddy.
electronic kit, and it allows you to transfer your data. But the trick is that it only goes iPhone to iPhone, Sam to Samsung, Moto to Moto. So say if they bought a Cricket phone and they go to a Moto, they cannot use the switching kit to transfer all of their stuff over. They have to do it themselves. And I had a customer come in a week ago, and he went from an iPhone to Android. And everyone knows that when you hop OS systems like that, you got to do all the work yourself to gain all that shit back. He comes in and he tries to bribe us to use the Smart Switch app. And it took my manager to say, "Bro, this doesn't work on that. It only works if you have Android to Android." And since he
Yeah,
switched
that's the only way
Android,
that works.
yes, it's the only way that works is if you do Samsung to Samsung. And it was actually optimized for Samsung. It was specifically for Samsung, but they have the capacity to where it could do other phones. It's just
Yeah,
you have to match the
Robert knows what
phone.
that's like. Robert knows what that's like because he went from Android to iOS,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did the
and
opposite.
he was using the Cricket system, and apparently it took him like a day to figure it out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the funny part is I only use Android because I know some of the software programming, so I can diffuse shit. And literally, if you use their smart switch, you can do it seamlessly.
As somebody who works in a phone store, and as somebody who sees both iPhone and Android, and who sells both iPhone and Android, I love Android better. And this might ruffle some feathers, but I like Motorola better than Samsung.
I haven't had a Samsung phone, and I don't remember when I had a Samsung phone. I think I was still with Cricket, which would make it like 15 years ago.
Yeah, like the phone that we got right now, or the phone that I got right now, it's a Cricket Icon. And
oh yeah, I just sold one of those.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I am so happy about that.
The Cricket Icon is just Cricket's own phone. They have their own phone line.
It looks just like the Samsung Galaxy S25, but it's just a regular Android.
It's way more basic. It's way more basic than the S25. Way more basic. I'm talking way less features. I'm talking the Icon. It's like design. It's made for older people or for a child's first phone.
Well, you are older, Bob.
Fuck you.
And the worst part is you guys still talk. You guys are like speaking Latin about the phone. I have no idea. I don't own an iOS phone at all, or a Cricket phone for that matter. I haven't owned a Cricket phone in 15, 20 years. It's been a while.
Somebody who works at Cricket, I have to be on top of their shit.
Oh yeah, I know you have to be on top of yours. You sell everybody this stuff.
Oh yeah.
But me, I don't. I belong to Boost Mobile, so.
Oh, I don't like Boost.
I do because in the entire time I've been on Boost, we've had one network blackout time, and that was it. The entire time I've been there, and I've been with Boost for almost 12 years, as compared to everybody else having service blackouts multiple times over that time period.
Oh yeah, I get so many Boost port overs. We currently have
I enjoy my network because the calls don't drop or any of that other crap. So maybe it's just my phone, maybe it's just me and my wife's phone, but our service is awesome.
Or think about this. Maybe it's because you and your wife actually have brains and you know how to work your phone, and you don't accidentally on purpose delete your SIMs just so that way you can go and get another one. Because I had somebody who admitted to me that they threw out their SIM because they thought it was old, so that way they could come and get a new one and refresh everything.
That's not how that works.
That's what I told them. I said that's not.
The biggest issue we had in the past 2 years.
What?
See, about 2 years, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we had an issue with our phones not operating properly, and we weren't told by Boost that they'd switched to new SIM cards. And so we went to Boost and had all of our SIM cards renewed. And all they did is reboot the system, and boom, our phones work perfectly now. We weren't told about the SIM card conversion, so they gave it to us for free because we weren't told anything about it, and it's been perfect since. But we already know not to erase our SIM card because that tells the phone what network to use. You can't operate a phone without a SIM card, period.
Yep, that is very true. And I have to tell that to people every single day because they think that their contacts are stored in their SIM card.
No, that's stored in Google or your
That's
iOS
exactly what I have to tell almost every customer above 50 years old. And I also have to educate customers on eSIM versus physical SIM. Because one of my customers, his phone did a software update and it wiped out his eSIM. And he tried to put a
Wow.
physical SIM into his phone, and that physical SIM was deactivated. So obviously his phone was like, no, I don't recognize the SIM. So he came in and we found out that he wiped his own SIM before he restarted the update.
Oh,
He deleted his
sweet baby
own
Jesus.
SIM because he thought that the software update was just going to wipe it itself.
Oh my God. Is that like the upgrade that came to iPhones that eliminated all the older
you want to
phones?
know how stupid my customers can get?
Sure.
This is my funniest. If I don't laugh at it, I don't know how else to react. When I was first starting alone, like doing my solo training, they had a customer call the store and ask if he had service.
He called the store and asked if he had service.
Yes. You can say that as many times as you need for it to sink, for the
Oh, no.
stupidity to sink in.
I was repeating it for the redundant idiocy of the statement.
Yeah. He called the
That would be
store and
something
said,
I
hey,
expect Robert to do.
do I have service? Do I have cell phone service?
Hey,
Bob, you'll
I'm
have to tell
calling
us
the
what that's
store.
like.
Yeah,
And you want to know his
fucking do that
reasoning?
shit.
You want to know
What?
his reasoning? His phone died.
That's what a charger's for.
I told him, I had to politely tell him, I said, it's okay. I said that, I was like, I think my phone died last night at some point. And then I had to guide him on how to check his cellular service and make sure it was on. And then he said, can I turn off my phone? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, if I turn off my phone, will my cell service stop? And I said, no, sir, your service shouldn't be affected by your device status.
If you got high after that, when you got home, if you went and smoked something, I wouldn't blame you for that one. Jesus fucking Christ.
What the fuck?
Turning your phone off. Do I still get service if I turn my phone off? It's a paperweight when it's off. Oh my God.
You know, I think he needs to watch Little Einsteins.
Oh, can I tell you another one?
Sure.
So when a customer comes in to get a new phone, we ask them what their phone number is and we get them onto their account. I had a customer come in and she had me get into her account to ask something. She asked me another question. It was something different. And then she was just looking at her phone. And then she said, you know, I'm thinking about getting a new phone. She was like, she asked me, she was like, are you guys going to be here tomorrow? And it was at the time where me and my coworker, we flip-flop days. So like I would work all day one day and my coworker would work all day the next day. We just flip-flop like that. So I told her, I said, there's going to be someone here tomorrow. I just can't guarantee that it's going to be me. And she was like, so nobody's going to be here tomorrow? And I said, no, ma'am. I was like, of course there's going to be here. Somebody's going to be here tomorrow. It just may not be me specifically. I was like, but I can tell you who it will be. I can tell you who is definitely going to be here. And I gave her the name of my coworker and I said, she's a manager. So if you need extra help, she can bend more rules than I can. And the lady asked me once again, "Are you going to be here tomorrow?" And then she asked me, "If I get a new phone, do I have to change my phone number?" She was like, "I've had my phone number for 33 years."
What the
Fuck.
She was like, "I've had the same phone number for 33 years. I don't want to get rid of it now just because I have to get a new phone."
I'm flabbergasted by somebody having a phone, the same phone number for 33 years.
I don't know if it's true or not. Customers tell us the weirdest of stories.
Like, what phone company was around 33 years ago that still exists, and they'll still allow you to keep your number?
Damn.
Like, I think I lost 2 IQ points on that one. Jesus. The same phone number for 33 years, and you don't want to lose your number. Well, this is a digital age, lady. I mean, how long has she had the cell phone?
Oh, when she brought it in, it was a very old phone. It was one of those phones that said 3G capable.
Oh, dude. How the hell was that thing even running?
That's what I asked her. That's almost word for word what I asked her. I said, "I felt the phone and it was hot. It was really hot." And I said, "Ma'am," I was like, "I am asking this in the most polite and the most respectful and the most gentle way possible. But how do you still have this phone?"
How does it still
And
work?
she was like, and she said, "Because I took very good care of it." And I mean, it really didn't have any scratches. Like, there was no dust, and like the speakers, like her charging port wasn't loose from use or whatnot. Like, her phone still looked pretty brand new. The screen protector just had a couple scratches on it, but otherwise, that phone was in surprisingly good condition for for
Oh, I get the
for
phone can
that
be in perfect
whole.
condition, but 3G, what was it, a Nokia? Or a Kyocera?
I think I would have looked at the lady and said, "Here's your sign."
Wow, 3G phones don't even work anymore.
You would be surprised. I actually had to turn away a couple customers because they were trying to activate 3G phones on our 5G network.
The problem with that is no network supports 3G anymore.
That's
They're all 4 or 5G.
they ask me, because when I say, "Oh, I can't activate this anymore," they're like, "Why? Why not?" And I have to explain to them, like, our towers just don't support these anymore. I tell them specifically what our towers support. I say, Cricket and AT&T towers, they support 4G and 5G. I was like, but I think they're going to start dropping 4G as well, because they're going on. I've actually heard that they're working on an improvement to the 5G.
Yeah, well, that's the weird part, because like 5G came out, half of America thought it would cause cancer, which it doesn't. But 3G went out like years ago. Like, I actually had to get a new phone because my 3G phone would only top out at 4G, and the new requirements were you had to have a 5G phone for your phone to work. The regular setting had to be 5G for it to even operate. 3G won't work anymore. That was a couple of years ago.
And that was about 2010.
I'm currently convincing my man to get a new phone because his iPhone won't support any updates. And I know that, yes, software updates, they change your phone a little bit, but they also can refresh like your connection to your tower. And so I've been telling my man because he has an iPhone 11 and his battery health is like 85%. And I'm like, dude, and he does not charge it very well. He is terrible at charging his phone. And I tell him, I'm like, dude, you're gonna need a new phone here soon. And so to clean up my conscience, I forced him to download a couple syncing apps, and I was like, this is just so that way when your phone goes kaput, I feel better knowing that all you got to do is log into your stuff and you have your stuff. So, yeah.
After so
But
long, certain phones just aren't capable of keeping up with networks, and they don't do anything.
oh yeah, that's what I have to tell people at work, especially the old people, because they don't like change. They don't want to get a new phone because that's change. But they don't even like to update their phones. Like they don't like to go in and update like any settings. They hate change. They're like, I had an old person come in and he came in to pay his bill. And I heard viruses on his phone. I said, sir, I can hear you have viruses on your phone. He did not want me to delete any apps because he said, I know where everything is. He was like, if you mess my stuff up, I'm going to be super mad because I know where everything is. And I was like, sir, I was like, your phone is overrun with viruses. I was like, you have 15 viruses, and 3 of them were
Wow.
taking over the settings of the phone. I nearly had to wipe his phone.
That's like when a few years ago, some lady came into Boost Mobile while we were there paying our bill. She came in with an old school Nokia phone from like 1998, and she wanted to get her service improved because she was getting spotty service. And the manager looked at her and was like, "Lady, nobody services those Nokias, the old hard shell Nokias.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody services them at all. Those are so fucking far back. We can't even get you better network service because of how old your phone is." And this lady was just going on and on about how reliable her phone is. Like, your phone is not only an antique, nobody will service it. And she called up Nokia, and they told her the same thing. They will not service it at all. She needs to get a new phone, and she's like, "I've had this phone for this long." They're like, "Man, you have to buy a new phone to be able to use the networks now." And yeah,
Wow.
she was just throwing a throng bone about that. It's like, you can't hold the phone for 30 years and expect it to work perfectly.
And then they want to tell us, oh, but you're just trying to sell me something.
No,
Like,
that's the
no.
companies that are trying to sell you something by constantly updating and making you have to buy a new phone. That's a company thing, not the store's thing.
Well, as I tell older customers like this, I said, on Cricket's side, you're available to get an upgrade every single year. I said, that's selling you something. I said, but the fact is that you have a 6-year-old phone that will not go on the network no matter how hard we try. Why?
Yeah.
Because the little wires inside have too much dust on them. They have too much dust on them to the point where nobody can get in and get to it. I just tell them that the internal is to the point where they can't, because nobody can get into the phone to be able to see if that's actually true. So I just tell them that dust got into it and it's not reading anymore. And the more they use it, the dustier it'll get, which means that it's not going to work anymore.
I was about to ask if people actually bought that.
Yeah,
What?
my older customers do.
Bob, the thing she's saying is that she's telling them that the internals are too old and dusty to be worked on. And because you really can't open a whole lot of phones up nowadays, they buy that excuse so that gets them a new phone.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Or this is another thing that gets them a new phone. you can't take any more pictures of your grandkids because your storage is too full and your phone does not have the capacity for you to store any more pictures.
Wow.
Damn.
I just can't believe that these people are like, well, I need to do this, that, and the other. Well, you can't.
You can't because your phone does not have the capacity.
It doesn't have the capacity, and it's outmoded.
Yep.
I had a customer come in and she had a flip phone from another company, and we called the other company and she had it paid off, but it wasn't locked to the service. But they told me, they said she's had this phone ever since she started here. So I'm gonna warn you now, I cannot guarantee it's gonna work. I cannot promise you that this phone is going to activate on any network. You could try, and if it does, please, by all means, let her use it. But
And it's a miracle that it works, if it works.
Mhm.
oh no, it didn't. I was
I know, I'm
trying
saying
to
it's
put.
a miracle if it worked.
Oh yeah, I put a SIM card in it and a legitimate SIM card in it. Tried to activate it, and it said I can't read this. And we put the SIM in our loaner phone, which is what we call our tester phone, just to make sure SIMs are working and it's not the device. And
Yeah.
I put the SIM in our loaner phone, and the SIM was working perfectly fine. It activated, her service was working, and at that point, I was like, "Yes, ma'am, it is your phone. You need a new phone." And then I showed her physically. I showed her. I was like I showed her on the loaner phone, which is an older smartphone. I said it works on here, and then I put it in her phone. And I said, "But look, it's not working." And she said, "Why is that?" And I was like, "Because your phone is really, really old and really, really dusty."
Oh, I'm guessing you deal with a lot of elderly people then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have a guy that comes in once a week to get his all his call log deleted. And he will tip us 10 bucks just to delete a call log off a flip phone. He literally just wants us to delete his call history, and that's it. And he will tip us up to 10 bucks just for us to click
Jesus.
3 buttons.
I get using the flip phone because that's only for doing calls and taking like a picture or two. Flip phones aren't meant to record, aren't meant to do videos and take a lot of pictures like the phones are nowadays.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be living out in the woods somewhere, you want a flip phone. You don't want a smartphone. But wow, yeah, I know one or two elderly people who go into Ace when I go there for work to get supplies. They whip out their cell phone. And they have to flip it open. Why are you still using it?
Because it's reliable. Because I even had a customer come in and he had a flip phone and he wanted to be upgraded. He said, he came in and the first thing he said was, "What is your most basic smartphone?" He was like, "I want something that literally only makes calls." He was like, "I don't even want anything that takes texts." He was like, "I don't want to text. I just want something that is a dial pad and that I could just dial numbers." And so,
I would point him over to the touch, the phone that's hanging on the wall with the little touch buttons.
well, we have a and it is actually made for. It's not just it allows you to like download a couple apps, and it does allow texting and all that kind of stuff. But I showed him very early how to use it because he couldn't get past the pattern, so he took the pattern off, and then he was having a really hard time memorizing where to go for the pin pad and stuff. This dude was like 85, like he was really old, and he wanted me to show him how to dial pad from the lock screen, and we practiced opening the dial pad at least 5 times before he said, okay, I think I'm going to practice this at home. He was like, but I'm going to come right back if I can't figure this out. I haven't seen him since, so either somebody taught him or he figured it out or he passed away. Either one.
Yeah, it's one of those three, right?
Yeah.
Well, I say passed away because one of my customers actually did pass away 1 week after I saw him. And it was this, these are regulars. They come in every once in a while to get viruses deleted and just to make sure that nobody's hacked their phones because they're always so worried about somebody hacking their phone. And so they just want us to look at it, delete the viruses, and make sure nobody's in their phone. And the last time I saw him, he had forgotten the password to his iPhone, and he wanted to see if I could help him reset it. And when I couldn't, and I referred him to a phone fixing company, You Break I Fix, because our insurance owns them. I told him,
Of course.
So I told him, hey, go there, see what they say. And I literally found out 5 days later that man passed away.
Yeah, I had a tenant over by where I live die right before Thanksgiving. Not this last year, but the year before. Really nice old gay dude, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, dude. You never told me that.
There's a reason behind me keeping my life my life. This is why I have social media to express opinions and get messages out there, not to flaunt what resident died.
Stop being a brat.
No, I'm not being secretive. It's just my personal life is my personal life. That's why I communicate with the Messenger app certain things, but I don't talk about everything on the live streams because you're not required to know everything about me. That's the beauty of it. Plus, with all of the political division and derision, it's a good time to start talks up now about what needs to be done and how to do it, and to share stories about what we all have to go through. Because I sold a lady a screwdriver at one point because she didn't understand how a drill worked.
Wait, what?
This lady comes in and she does not know how a drill works. I explained how the drill worked to her, and I mean, I'm explaining this to her like she's 3 years old. I'm not condescending or anything. We're exchanging heavy eye contact. I'm showing her everything up on my face so she can hear me talk and see me doing it at the same time to help her out.
Yeah.
After an hour of explaining how a drill works or what she needs to do to run the drill, even a corded drill, which is just plug it in. In the end, I sold her a $16 screwdriver. Because that's all she could understand. And this lady is about, I don't know, 60 years old, and everybody around her understands power tools. She doesn't have a single power tool. Apparently, her husband died and gave away all his power tools, never bothered to learn them. But if you can't do it with a screwdriver or a hammer, she doesn't know how to use it.
Wow.
And that was like, how do you, how do you not figure out how I'm showing you how to use this drill? Like, I get changing the bit might be a little complicated. I get that. But you literally click one button and then click another button and push forward, and it goes in. Screw goes in. It's not hard. But the lady
Yeah.
apparently couldn't understand that. Somehow she managed to drive a car for 50 years without ever doing anything with it. She just takes it to her mechanic, and then he gives it back to her, and he tells her when to bring it in. Okay, what is this? I cannot read that writing. Maybe I need my readers on. Give me a second. Oh,
I
I'll
will
put my
stay as
readers
still
on.
as you need me to.
Just give me a second here. Let's see. I can Alex something. Pretty
Here, if you need
secure.
me to read it to you, I can.
Yeah, just probably read it because that reading's really hard to read because of the background.
Okay. It says, Alex Pretty was executed by ICE while trying to protect two women after being maced. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
there.
flip
Like
the
I said,
camera to show the video. Oh, there he is. There it is. There it is. Found it. Play the video.
let's see which angle this is here.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah, that's one of the curbside, or that's one of the street side angles from across the street. And see all those guys there beating the living shit out of him. They take his weapon. Yeah, if you go on Blue Sky, I have the two biggest angles for that. That's why I said I don't really do. I'm going to stop doing TikTok because of their new user agreement. Because now TikTok can take your content and use it however they want to, even though it's supposed to belong to you. They can take your content and use AI on it to make it say whatever the hell they want to, even though it's your content. And I don't want anybody using my content to make their points, especially if I don't agree with their point of view, because I've already seen that happen to plenty of content creators. That's why I'm sticking with YouTube. Blue Sky.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can
Tell
still
me
hear
right
you.
now, is it left leaning, right leaning, or is it independent?
Well, that depends on what you want to see. Because it'll
so
ask
it's
you
like
about your interests.
Oh, so it's like a social media. You got to get the algorithm.
Yeah, it'll build an algorithm off of what you pick. Like when I first got on there, I picked politics, landscapes, puppies, exercise, all sorts of stuff. I still get pictures about mushrooms. Like people will post pictures of a mushroom and post it there. So you can pick what voices you want to hear. You can pick who you follow. And if you feel you need to add somebody else to your Blue Sky page, the For You page, it'll start sending those to you. This is why, like, I on TikTok, I'm subscribed to Under the Desk News, and I'm not going to say that Under the Desk News is bad, but they're a little too leftist with some of the news that they report.
I don't want to be leftist, right. I mean, I don't want to see a Republican shit because I lose a brain cell every time I
I get that.
interact with those people. But I want to be independent because I still want to see both sides. Yes, I can
Yeah,
see which
that's why
side
you
is
pick.
being the clear lunatic, but still, I like perspective. I like different angles.
I get that. I'm not against that at all. Like I pick, like one of the big things I do. Like I picked out Pete Buttigieg on Blue Sky and TikTok because of the way he talks, and when he talks about all of America, not one party or the other. But it's almost soothing hearing him talk about issues because
Yeah,
he has had discussions with far right MAGA people who are completely unconvinced that Democrats are anything less than the devil. And after like a 2-minute debate with him, they're shaking his hand, thanking him for the conversation. He's not forcing them to look at this, that, or the other. He's simply explaining things in a very calm voice while they're screaming and yelling that he's wrong. He literally just keeps one tone of voice and talks through the whole thing eloquently. And by the end, they're shaking his hand. And when he reminds them, yeah, I'm a registered Democrat, they're just like stumped. They can't imagine him being anything other than this calm talking guy. And that's why I follow Pete Buttigieg. Because he doesn't sound Democratic, he doesn't sound Republican, he honestly sounds like an independent who just happens to be a registered Democrat.
yeah.
Because he's not telling you, no, the Republicans are evil or no, the Democrats are evil. It's like this. We need to work on what's good for America as a whole, not just for one section or another. Let's do this for everybody. And yeah, you got to love somebody who talks like that.
I hope I can re-register like my party because while I was registering to vote, my very MAGA foster mother was standing over me, and she told me that if I didn't register as Republican, that I would have all of my privileges taken, and that I wasn't going to be able to go to college. Like, she threatened my freedom and shit like
Huh?
that. Yeah. She told me if
You
you don't
don't you
register
don't
as
get rejected
Republican.
for college because of your party affiliation. That is actually illegal for them to base your college application on your party affiliation.
Actually, I went to a private Christian college because Deanna wanted me to. They actually kicked me out because I was gay.
Well, when you go into a private college, it's a for-profit college,
Caitlin,
they can do
on
that.
the
We're
phone.
talking a regular college cannot kick you out for your political or religious
Yeah,
beliefs.
she
You
didn't
want to be on
want
places
me to
like
go to a regular college because she was afraid of me coming home pregnant. She wanted rules, she wanted regulations, and she wanted somebody strictly forbidding anything, and that's why she put me through a Christian college, was because if I was acting up with a boy, they could kick me off campus.
Was she expecting you to stay the Virgin Mary until you were 72?
Yes.
What kind of unrealistic expectations is lady? I'm assuming she donates money to TBN and the televangelistic causes there.
I don't know about that, but I do know that when she was teaching me about giving tithings to the church, she told me that she told me because their suggested tithings were 5%, 10%, and 15%. And she told me that wasn't enough. She said that she was giving 30% of her income to the church.
That's her, but not you. So
Yeah, she told me that I should be giving she said, because you don't have bills and because you don't have any financial responsibility, you should be giving over half of your income to the church.
So that the pastor can afford to sleep with prostitutes?
I don't know. I just know
It
that's what
doesn't
she
make any
told me.
sense.
And I know that at the time that I was working, my paychecks were $150.
I don't remember the last time I had a full paycheck that was that low, but
It was my
then
first
again,
job, and it was back in 2018. Like it was my very first job. I was literally, she was controlling what hours I worked, and she only wanted me to work like 2 days a week. So yeah, it was
wow.
for what I worked, 150 plus a lot of taxes were taken out, because I remember her. Oh, that's another thing. She kept track of my paycheck dates, so that way on day of paycheck comes, because she knew I got it after work and she knew that I cashed it right then and there. And she would come before I got off, so that way she would have me go and get my check, cash it, and then as I was standing right there, like receiving my money, she would hold her hand out and she would just be like, okay, you need to pay me up. You don't need any money, so give the money to me.
You were how old at that point?
19?
Wow.
I would have told her to go fly a fucking kite.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone over very well at all.
Again, your circumstances are very different than what me and Bob grew up with. So yeah, I will give you that.
Oh yeah.
Like in 2018 is when I was fired from Home Depot. Too many absences because my car was fucking up. But yeah, that's when I started podcasting. I first started podcasting in 2018.
Yeah, we used to drive around in my car and do it.
No, that was before that. You're talking 2016, 2017 when we were doing our joint podcast way back then.
Yeah.
But I've been on my own and solo since 2018.
That's right.
I know, because all I got to do is go to all I got to do is Podcastify or Podcasters and look up my name and find my episodes. And my episodes were just weird. Now they're making weird noises in the background.
No, it's some weird ass cartoon my daughter's watching. She needs to turn it down.
I was talking about my other guest laughing in the background.
I'm not doing anything.
That's what everybody who says. That's what everybody says who is doing something. Yeah.
Hey.
We don't care what you're doing. Shit.
My boyfriend was just kissing me.
Hey, that's fine. He could be doing other things to you, as long as he's not causing you injury. What do we care?
Mm-hmm.
If he decides to go eat if he decides to eat a taco, eat the taco. I don't care. I can't see it, so what do I have to worry about it for?
Yeah.
Oh my God. At least the camera's off.
That's what I'm saying. If the camera's off, I don't care if you two are doing the wild mambo while getting stoned off your asses like giraffes in Africa. It doesn't matter because nobody can see you doing it.
Yep.
For all we know, Bob's sitting there.
Oh my God! This is what reminds me. When I turned 19, it was literally like 2 weeks after my birthday. I was talking to this guy, and he was we were talking about doing some stuff, and I told him that I was going to go with him up to Salina to go with him at his house. And my foster mom intercepted that conversation. And sure enough, I was at her house that weekend, so he didn't know. But anyway, she wasn't worried about the fact that I was going to go off with a strange man off to an unknown town, unknown location. She was more worried about the fact of what I was going to do with this man. And that's why she didn't want me to go. Not because I didn't know him, not because we were going to a different town, not because none of that. It was only because what I was planning to do with this man. That was her irking point.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's what I call errant parenting right there, or helicopter parenting.
Oh my God, was she one? She was the definition of a helicopter parent.
Yeah, well, some people you just can't fix stupid on. The stupid setting is just ground in there, and they tore the button off and removed all the circuitry.
Oh, yeah.
Because yeah, like when I was 19, let's see, at 19 I was paying
Does
rent.
anybody want to see my bong?
That's a choice for you.
I have to be on camera. Ew. Don't look at my face. But this is the piece that my mom bought me for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
I don't even know when your birthday is, so belated happy birthday. So
And you're
Yep.
my uncle.
I don't know everybody's birthdays.
Your
You know how
sister
many nieces I have?
birthday.
I was not around when I was not in the vicinity when you were born. I was busy working. Based
Sure,
on
Carl. Sure.
oh, hey, I worked a lot during my life because I've been working steadily since I was 12. Unlike my sister, her mother, who has only been working since she was 16 and got a job at Wendy's doing the salad bar because of my mom.
Crystal or Leslie?
That would be Leslie.
Okay.
Because none of my little sister's kids follow me on social media. I follow a nephew, and that's it. Especially when Facebook ripped away my account of 15 years and decided I needed to start it all over again because I reported somebody trying to solicit me for sex, and I'm the one who got booted off of Facebook, and my account retired permanently.
What the
Damn.
hell?
Yeah, an account of 15, 16 years gone in an instant. All because Facebook's algorithm doesn't know how to operate right.
Yeah, well, that's
But
Facebook for you.
yeah, well, that's why I only have a few people on my friends list now. I have a much shorter, when I go to Messenger, I have a much shorter list of conversations. There was people there I had to scroll up for a good minute to even find to have a conversation with them. The problem is I've now lost two friends that I don't know how to connect with again because they barely talk.
Was it that one guy from the Isle of Man or something?
Yeah, he's one of them, and yeah, I've tried reaching out to him, but he goes undercover.
Yeah.
He can go undercover for I think the last time he was undercover for 9 months, and finally said he was enjoying his off time and drinking a bottle of 25-year-old scotch with his buddies.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fine. I'm just checking in on you, and then left him alone. And yeah, then they cut my account. The other one is for one of my female friends that I've literally known since I was 18, and trying to get a hold of her again. I was trying to help boost her spirit because she had a generator explode in her face,
Oh shit.
What
and
the
I was trying to
hell?
get her. Yeah, I don't know the full story, but I've been trying to get in contact with her uh, since Facebook cut my fucking old account off, and yeah, I've been able to contact her since then. For like 3 months, I said good morning every day to see if I could get her attention, just so she'd responded like, "Hey, this is my new account. Facebook fucked up and tore my old one apart," but to no avail. Those are the only two friends I can't get a hold of. The other friend, one of my other older friends, I can't get a hold of him unless I physically go to where he works because he's an old
Hey,
pothead. But he also thinks that cell phones are a way for the government to track us.
are you
I
talking
mean,
about
they
Kim?
kind of are.
They kind of are, but that's not their That's not their primary purpose.
Oh yeah,
Are you
I
talking
know it's
about?
not their
Are you,
primary purpose, but the government is using our phones as a tool.
To a certain extent, yes. Like I have my
Yeah.
location turned on in case I have a PTSD moment where I forget who I am and where I am. It hasn't
And
happened in a few.
my hubby has my location.
Yeah, well, I keep my location on my phone on in case my wife can't find me and I'm unreachable. She can ping me if she needs to. She can actually call up the cell phone store and have them ping my phone. And yes, I already know never to turn the location off because if I have an incident where I enter a fugue state and forget who I am and where I am, she can get a hold of me and get help.
I can see the old pothead you're talking about. Is it your friend Kim?
Yes. And as far as I know, his phone is still a paperweight in the office that he works in because he's like, yeah, I don't want to be tracked. I don't want to be called. I don't want to do any of this crap. It's like, dude, not having a cell phone also means you're disconnected from everybody. And even the people who know you a long time like me don't know how to get in contact with you. You can come by the shop. What if I need help with a car part or something? You're the only person I know who knows how to do it without thinking about it. But, it's his choice. He's 11 years older than me. So, it's if I really need to talk to him insanely bad, I go to his work and get a hold of him. But, ladies and gentlemen, I have to get off of here because I got to go eat something. I haven't eaten since like 2 or so.
Yeah, and my phone's gonna die.
All right.
Well, you guys have a great
I
time. Yep.
will.
You guys have a pleasant evening, and hope you guys will be ready for a panel at some other point. I don't know when. I'll try to time it so that it's more agreeable to your schedules, if possible. But
Okay.
I can't say when it's going to be, but I know I was going to go live tonight. I was hoping for a panel. I got a 3-person panel, which is better than me just talking to Bob. Because, yeah, I end up doing most of the talking, as you can see.
Yeah, it looks like you do.
It is my podcast, and I end up almost taking over his sometimes, but try to enjoy your night. And to all of my viewers, wherever you are, stay thirsty, my friends. And that'll do it for tonight. So have fun and stay thirsty. Skeptical Scotsman. Or rather this. Stay thirsty, my friends.